Hello friends, welcome back. So we are going to start a long video on Python. We will start from basics. We'll complete up to object-oriented programming. So we'll complete basic core Python and also advanced Python. So you can go through my videos I created for AI. So you can go through my videos developed on AI, OpenAI APIs. So you can go through those videos. So if you are learning Python basics, then this is the video for you. So I will explain each and every concept clearly, and I will go step by step. So we will both work together and write the programs. The first step is we have to install the Python in our machine. To install Python, you have to download Python. So go to Google, type Python. You have to download the Python for Windows or Linux from official Python website. So we can see here downloads. So we can install Python install manager. So you can go through my previous videos also how to install. Click on Python install manager, which will install all the versions of Python. If you want to install only latest version, you can click on uh, latest version here. So you can install Python install manager. It will take care of installing all the versions. Okay, either you can install this one or this one. So click on it. So it will download. We can save this file now. Click on save. So once you save, it will download the file and you can install it. So after installing Python, you can install the integrated development environment, that is PyCharm. So go to Google, type PyCharm. Why PyCharm? So we have to write programs and we have to run the programs, right? So for that we need IDE, integrated development environment, to write, debug, to execute the programs. We need this. So you can go ahead and download PyCharm. So for Windows or Linux, you can select. For Linux or Mac OS, we have here. So you can download this one. So after downloading, you can open PyCharm here. So we can create a new project inside the PyCharm. After opening PyCharm, you can click on this main menu. You can create new project here. Okay. So where you want to save that project, select the folder, give the project name, and click on create. So I'll put Python project one. I'll click on create. So it will create the project. So once you create the project, you can right click on this project and create a new Python file. Okay, right click on this project folder, new Python file, and you can give any name, demo. Extension .py is not required. For all Python programs, extension will be .py. So for this, we no need to give, it will automatically add .py. So enter, just press enter. So you can see here .py is created. So this is a Python file we created. We will write one small program and we will run this program. Okay. Now I will write one print statement. Hello world. So print statement is to print output on the screen. So in C language we have printf. In Java we have uh, write ln. So we have different statements in different languages. In Python, it is just print. We no need to add printf like C language. So just print. So it will have brackets opening ending and double quotes starting ending. We can put any message here. It will print as it is on the screen. Now I will run this. We have play button here. We can click on this play button to run this program. So now we can see output is printed on the screen. So I want to print some message in double quotes. Okay. Hello, hello, welcome. So I'll put welcome here. I want to print like this. Okay. I want to print hello. In double quotes, I want to print hello. So we want to print message like this. So you want to add some double quotes here. If you add double quotes, see if I add double quotes here, it will give error because this print statement should have starting one double quote, ending one double quote. But if we having multiple pairs of double quotes to print one output like this in double quotes, I want to see welcome. See here, it is printing bold without double quotes, but I want to print within the double quotes here. But in the syntax, it should have double quotes, but in the output also, it should have double quotes. So we can escape these double quotes from the syntax. The syntax should have one opening double quotes, ending double quotes, but in between any double quotes you want to print output that should not consider as a syntax. We have to escape that. To escape that, we can use backslash. Backslash here and backslash here. So if you add backslash, this double quotes will be escaped from the syntax point of view. What is the syntax? A print statement should have opening bracket, closing bracket. Anything you want to print message, double quote should be there, opening, ending. Apart from that opening, ending, additionally, if you want to print anything on the screen, you can put a backslash here. Okay, this is not slash. Slash means this one. I want to add backslash here. So the syntax is backslash. So this will escape the characters. Now I will run this program. You will see double quotes coming on the screen. So if I remove backslash, then it will consider as a syntax, but syntax should have only starting, ending double quotes. Other than that, it will throw error. So I don't want to use backslashes, but I want to see this one means you can put single quote, starting, ending. Then you no need to add slashes. Okay, you no need to add slashes. Just run, you can see the output. So what is the uh, key point here is when you start double quotes, it should end double quotes here. Other than opening, ending double quotes, all other double quotes should escape through escape sequence character backslash. If you don't want to use backslash, then they don't start with double quotes. Start with single quote, end with single quote. It will consider double quotes inside the message. So if you run, you can see the same output. Okay, we will do some arithmetical operations. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equals to A plus B. So what is AB here? What is AB here? A is a memory identifier. B is one memory identifier. In that memory, I am storing 10. B is one memory identifier. I am storing 20. C is one memory identifier. I am storing A plus B. Sum of A plus B I'm storing in C. So A will store 10, B will store 20, C will store addition of two numbers. So from that memory, I will call the values and I'll print on the screen. So I'll print one message here. A equals to what is there in the memory of A I'm printing. So this is just to print as it is on the screen, but this is to retrieve the value from the memory. When you want to retrieve value from the memory, don't put double quotes. But when you want to print as it is on the screen, whatever you want to print as it is, like hello world, put everything in double quotes. Okay. So I want to see equal to symbol after this a message. I want to see equal to. So here, if I print, it will print a equal to as it is. So equal to symbol is coming after a. I don't want to see equal to symbol. I want colon means you can change it to colon. You can see the colon coming. So what is the purpose of this double quotes is you want to print one message, and after that message you want to print the value stored in A. So if you put here A as it is in the double quotes, it will print as it is on the screen. See, it will not bring the value which is stored in A. So don't enclose in double quotes. Keep it open so that it will search the value in the memory and it will print in the print statement. So what is the comma operator? Comma operator is to divide the message and the memory identifier. So there is a separator. Okay, we are printing message and memory identifier. So if I run, I can see what is there in the memory of A. I can see one message. So I don't want A colon, I want to print one different message. A value equals to, I am printing message like A value equals to, and what is there in A, I will print on the screen. Now if you see A value equals to, as it is printing. So what is there in memory of A? It is printing here. Okay. I will change here 10 to 100. Now if I run, the memory value is 100, it is printing. Let's print B also. Print B value. Now I'll print C value also. So print is to print output on the screen. It can print any message, or it can print message as well as values from the memory identifiers. We will call them as a variables from now. Okay, these can be called as a variables also. So we will print the variable C value and also a message on the screen. Let's run. We can see here addition. So I want to print addition. Addition equals to C. Run. Now I will see addition equals to what is there in C. C is having the addition of A plus B. The plus operator here, it will add A value and B value. That is 100, 200. So wherever A is there, it will substitute 100. Wherever B is there, it will substitute 20. Now addition equals to A plus B. Wherever C is there, it will bring the addition. So I'll go and do D is equals to C. Now D is having C value. C means addition only now. So D value equals to. So what is there in D? We'll see. So both C and D are same here. So D value is also same. C value is also same. So what we are doing here, we are assigning C value to D value. Okay. So D value is printing on the screen. So if you run, I can see D value coming here. So let's do subtraction also. So I'll put understandable way like subtract. Any name we can give, but don't start with the number. Do not start with the number. Okay. If you start with number, it will not consider this as a memory identifier or variable. Do not start with number or do not start with the symbol. We have to start with alphabet or underscore. Underscore also allowed. Subtract equals to A minus B. So what is there in A? 100. What is there in B? 20. So it will subtract using this operator and it will store the result in the subtract. So subtract is a memory identifier. We can start directly without underscore or we can put underscore. Only underscore is allowed in the beginning or if we have to start with alphabet. Okay, let's start with alphabets only. Now I'll print subtract. Subtract equals to what is there in the subtract, I'll print. Okay. This is the just message on the screen. Just run. You will see the subtraction value. Okay, I'll remove this. So we completed addition, subtraction. So let's do multiplication. Multiply is a memory identifier. Any name we can keep. MUL also we can keep, but start with alphabet or underscore. And you can perform any operation on A and B. And once you've done the multiplication, print on the screen to see the output. Okay. So up to here, the message we are printing, and here we are printing the memory identifier MUL. So you can put M also. You can write full multiplication also. So avoid using lengthy names because each and every time we have to type that. So put shortcut one or two or three letters as a memory identifiers. So we can use numbers also after this. It will allow. It can allow numbers after the alphabet. At least one alphabet should be there, and you can give continuous numbers also. It will work. So let's try to avoid numbers or symbols. Just alphabets we can give smaller upper. So run this. You can see the multiplication. Let's do division. Division equals to A is a memory identifier, B is another memory identifier. I'm doing operation division. I can put any name here. Okay, I'll print now division. So this message also, any message we can print and it should be same as this one. Memory identifier should be same as this one. Here div I have given. Here if I try to give division, it will give error because this memory identifier does not exist in the memory. So memory identifiers exists already. We should use them as it is. So if I give division here, if I give div here, it will throw error, okay, because this is not exist at all. See, anywhere we have not defined div, okay, and above anywhere we didn't define. So we have defined division, not div. So either you can change this to div, either you can change this to div, or you can change this one to division. Okay, so now I can see the division. If I run this, I can see the division here. So division will bring the coefficient value. Okay, so if you want remainder value, you can use another one operator percentage symbol for remainder. Okay, let's print remainder also. Now as it is remainder, I'm using here message anything we can give that as it is it will print. Run. I can see remainder 0. So I can change these values later, but this is how we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So if I run this program, I can see all the A value, B value, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, remainder, everything that we are seeing now. Okay. So these are the arithmetical operators in Python: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. All of these are arithmetical operations in Python. Okay, so we are clear now how to write the programs. So let me write one small program. to find interest value of given PT or values, principal rate time. So I will enter, well, let's take P value, principal 2 lakhs, time 24 months, rate 15. So I want to print interest now. So I'll define interest equals to PT or P into T into R by 100. Okay. So I can put everything in brackets so that it will consider as an expression. So this expression first it will multiply, then it will divide. So interest I'll print. So I'll put one message, interest equals to memory identifier is interest. Okay. If you put here I, you have to put I here. Okay. If you write full letter interest, then here also we have to give interest. So make sure memory identifiers should be used as it is. How you define, how you created, in the same way you have to print while printing. So if I run this program, I can see interest 72,000. Okay, for 24 months. Okay, okay, for 1 month, let's run. So for 1 month, 30,000. Okay, so like this, it will calculate. So why we are putting values like this means we are storing this value directly in P, T, R, and we are calculating. What is the disadvantage of this one? Directly putting values in the memory identifiers or the variables means always it will take these values. Always it will have these values. You want to change each and every time, you have to manually go and change here. So instead of manually changing here, I will add input statement here. Input, enter p value. Here, input, enter t value. Here, input, enter. So what input will do? What print is doing? Printing output on the screen, right? So the opposite to print. It will ask the value from the user or the programmer. We can enter some value. It will store in that p. After that, it will ask t value. It will store in t or like ATM. So if you go to ATM, if you put debit card or credit card, it will ask you PIN number. So it will prompt one message, enter PIN number. In the same way, we are prompting one message and it will wait for our input. So if you enter anything, that will store in P. If you enter anything, that will store in T. If you enter anything in this particular statement, it will store in R. So let's run and see. So it is now prompting p value. So I can put here 60,000. Now it is prompting time 12 months. Now it is prompting rate 4. So based on that, it will give output. So why it is not giving means input will, why it is giving error means input will read in the form of text. Input will read in the form of text. So text cannot be multiplied. Okay. We have to convert this text to integer. So we have to put everything into integer. So up to here, it will ask the value and will enter some value. That value will be converted to integer. Here, it will ask some value. Up to here is just for asking the value. Whatever we enter, int will take that value and convert to integer and store in this t. Here also, input should be in the int. Okay. Now, if I run up to here, prompting and receiving the value. After receiving the value, int will have that value and it will convert to integer. Now run. So I'll enter 60,000, same values. Okay, 6 lakhs I entered, 24 months, rate 15. Now I can see the output. I'm not getting error now because it is already converted to integer. If this one is also converted, okay, the R value is also converted. We can perform arithmetical operation. If it is not integer, it cannot perform arithmetical operation. In the previous program, in the previous execution, we got error. Okay, let's run now. Once again, I'll give 60,000, 24 months, 5. So we can get 72,000. So let's write one more program, area of circle. Okay, we'll take a radius. Radius equals to input, enter radius. So in this particular input, we are entering radius. We can enter decimal values also. So we have to convert into float. Whatever we had enter, that will convert into float. Okay, radius is now having float value. Now we can find the area. Area is equals to, okay, area of circle, pi r square, 3.141 into radius into radius. So we are multiplying radius into radius multiplied with pi value, we get area. Now I can print area on the screen. Area equals to memory identifier is area. Now I can see this input is asking value for radius in the form of text only it will have. We are converting the text into float type and storing in one memory identifier. So if it is a float, we can perform arithmetical operation. So radius 2 times it will multiply because the formula is pi r square. Okay, r into r, float value 3.1, pi value 3.141. It is also float value. So float into float will be a float value. Float means decimal points here. In Python, float means decimal values. Okay, run. So it's asking radius 5.6. Now I can see here radius coming. So like this we can write programs in Python. Okay, now I will write one more program and we'll move to control statements. Okay, the last program that without control statements I'll write will input student marks and we'll find the total average. Okay, so let's take one variable student number. I'll input student number. This is the message that we'll see, which is a prompt to input value. So student number may be sometimes string, sometimes text, sometimes string and text both are same. So if you store number or string in SNO, student number is student number. I put as SNO here. You can store anything here, number or a text. Okay. It doesn't mean we are not performing any operation with student number. So we no need to convert. If it is storing number or string, that's fine. Okay. Now we can take student name from the input. Student name. So it will read in the form of text or string. So in Python, text we can call it as a string. So strings and text both are same. So here also it is a text format only. No need to convert to integer because we are not performing any arithmetical operation. So it can be text, no problem. So student name is also text, but marks should be integer to perform operations. So we'll convert input value into integer, input M1, I'll take input M2, I'll take M3, input M3. So what we are doing here, we are taking M1 value from the console. We can input some value like ATM enter pin. It will ask and will input M1, M2, M3. It will convert to integer and store in M1, M2, M3. Now total we can find. Total is a memory identifier I want to put, or I can take TOT also, that's fine. Okay, so I'm adding the marks here, M1 plus M2 plus M3. So remember, M1 plus M2 plus M3 is possible only if you convert to integer. If you are not converting input value to integer, it will not perform operation addition. So here we are not converting to integer because we are not going to perform any operation on student number or student name. Okay, so we are performing only an addition marks. So we are converting to integer. So we got now total. So if you convert numbers and if you do any operation, that will be again a number but not text. So no need to convert this to number. It's already a number because the output of this one is a number. Now we can find the average. So we can print now total, any message on the screen, and variable should be TOT because we already defined TOT here. If you write TOT here and if you give TOTA, then it will give error because this is not exists in the memory. This is a memory identifier. So as it is, you have to give. Don't give different name. So average we have given. Average means finding total uh, divide by 3. Okay, total by 3. So you may ask a question here, why can't we give M1 plus M2 plus M3? Yes, we can give. For easy understanding purpose, I have stored in the TOT, and so I'm using that one here. So TOT divide by 3, total divide by 3, will get average. Look, okay, let's run this program. Okay, it is asking student number. Student number may be any number, name, any name we can give. So I'll give here uh, here M1 67, M2 89, M3 56. So if I press enter key after M3, the next statement is total, and we got the total into this. And next statement is average. We find after average it will find, and immediately it will print on the screen. If you forget printing, what happens? If you forget printing, you will not see these two lines. You will not see these two lines. Run. I can give 1000 name Kiran. Now, after pressing enter, it will go to this line after pressing enter, and it will go to this line and it will complete the program. But it will not print anything on the screen. Okay. So, so it is completed execution now, finished. So it is finished, but there is no total coming outside or average coming outside because we are not printing on the screen. So let's print output like this. So what is the main um, parts of the program? Every program will have three parts: inputting values and calculation. Up to here, inputting. So we can write comments in Python like this. Hash means comments. It will not execute. We can write anything, just commenting the code. So comments are to understand the program parts. It will not execute the comments. Okay? If it is hash, it will not execute that line. Inputting block. This program has three blocks now. Inputting block, calculation block. Calculation block up to here, and this is output block. Output means printing output on the screen. So every program commonly will have inputting, calculation, output. Okay. So without inputting, we can't calculate, and without calculation, we can't print, and without printing, we can't see the output. So these three parts are common for every program. So we are done with basic programming. We'll move on to control statements. We have completed basic programming. Now we'll start control statements. So what is control statement? Here there is no controlling in this program. In my previous program, it is not controlling anything. It is coming from, it is executing line by line, and it is completing the execution. It is not controlling. So what is controlling? If you go to ATM, after you put your debit card, it will ask PIN number. Okay, it will ask PIN number. If you enter correct PIN number, it will go to next step, asking amount. Okay, if PIN number is wrong, it will give error message, which is called controlling. So based on PIN number, it is controlling the system. So controlling means decision making. Okay, we can make decisions, and we can do if the decision is if that decision is suppose true, what should we do? If the decision is false, what should we do? So controlling is nothing but normal execution flow. We can control it, and we can execute some group of statements, and we can skip some group of statements. So here it is not skipping any statement. It is executing line by line, and it is completing the program. So control statements in Python, we can see if conditions, while loops, for loops. Okay. So in Python, we can write if, switch, sorry, match case, match statement, if match statement, while for. These are all control statements in Python. So let me write in comments. So in Python, we can write comments, multi-line comments like this. So we can write multi-line comments like this in Python. So these multi-lines comments will not execute at all. We can write any notes here for that program. So what is if condition? It will check one condition, and based on the condition, it will perform the statement. If the condition is true, it can execute some statement. If the condition is false, it will execute some statements. Okay, match is also similar to if. It will execute some statements based on the condition. Next, if we go to while and for, these two statements are also controlling statements, but they are looping statements. They will control, but they will loop the statements. Loop means execute some one or more than one statement multiple times. Okay, you can use while or for. Why we have two? So while is also a looping statement, executes some statements continuously for n number of times. For is also used to execute some statements continuously for n number of times. What's the difference between while and for? While is unconditional statement. Suppose uh, suppose you want to run for 10 times or 20 times. If you know how many times you are running the program, how many times you are running the loop, you can use for. Okay, if you know how many times You want to run the statements, you can use for. But if you don't know how many times the loop will run, you can use while. Okay, let's see that later. Let's understand control statements. Control statements is to control the program execution. Okay, let's try if now. Let's try if. So here A is equals to 10, B is equals to 20. I'll check if A greater than B, I'll print A is big. If A is not greater than B, then I'll print B is big. So I'll check here if A greater than B colon, I'll print A is big. Okay. Else colon print B is big. So what is else here? As I said, if you go to ATM after putting debit card, if the ATM is true, so if the if a ATM pin is true, it will execute it will execute some statements like it will ask how much amount you want to withdraw. If the condition is if the ATM pin you entered is wrong, it will go to the else part. Okay, I mean it will throw one error like ATM pin is wrong. Okay, in the same way here also we are checking the condition. If A is greater than B, we are printing A is big. If A is uh, not greater than B, this condition will be false and it will go to else part. It will go to else. So else will execute always if condition is false. Okay. If condition will executes based on the condition, here you can write one condition. Okay. Here how to write the condition? You can use less than, greater than, or double equals to. Double equals to is to compare. A is equals to B means it will compare these two values. If both values are same, it will be true. Condition will be true. If you give greater than symbol, then it will check is A greater than B. True means it will go to first statement. False means it will go to second statement. Now if I run, I can see B is big. Okay. Now I can see B is big. So if I change this to less than, then A is less than B true now. A is less than B true because A is 10, B is 20. 10 less than 20, true. True means which statement will execute? First statement. False means second statement. So else meaning is when it is false. Okay. Else meaning is when this is false, what should happen? When this is true, what should happen? Okay. First statement always true, second statement always false. I mean, first statement here is always executes when it is true. In real time, we will see multiple statements when condition is false, true, or condition is false. So I can write multiple statements, not just single statement. So here, two statements executes if condition is true. Two statements executes if condition is false. Now, A less than B, 10 less than 20, true. Then it will go to here. Let's run and see. A is big, B is small. So both statements are coming under true block. This is false block. Okay, I'll change here 100. Now A less than B is false because A is 100 now, B is 20. 100 less than 20, false. It will go to false block, else block. Now we can see B is big, A is small. Okay, so like this we can write conditions and based on this condition it will execute the statements. Sometimes we will see only one particular if statement and statements, that's it. Sometimes we will not write else. We can skip this, this is optional. Okay, So if I run, so nothing will perform because this condition is false. There is no any false statement written for this if. That means there is no else block for this if. So if this is false, nothing will execute. See, nothing is executed. So A is 100, B is 20, 100 less than 20, 100 is less than 20, false. Okay, 100 is less than 20 is false. So there is no else here, there is no output coming from this if. Okay, that's why you have to write else also sometimes. So if false means it will execute this statement. See, so I'll give an example when we have to write simple if. Okay, so hope you are able to understand this. Let's do one more program. So this is comments I can remove. So this is the if else example. So I'll write one program here. So I'll write one simple program. ATM pin. Okay. So I'll take ATM pin equals to 1000. So I'll write one program. If ATM pin is equals to 1000, print transaction success. So I given ATM pin is 1000. So if it is equals to 1000 means comparing these both sides values are same or not. Single equals to here to assign the value into this variable, to store this value into this variable. Double equal to symbol always compares the value. If both sides values are same, transaction success. Okay, run. This is simple if transaction is success. Now if I change this to 1001, then both sides are equal, values are not there. Then this condition is false. This statement will not execute because if the condition is true only, the first statement will execute. Run, you can see you will not see any value here because this condition is false. It is not going to this statement and it will search for else statement. Else statement is not defined, so it will not execute any statement. Now I will write else here. Transaction fail. Okay. Now if I run, I will see transaction fail. So like this, you can write simple if or if else. Sometimes we may need to write multiple statements. In that we can write else if and one more statement. Okay. If this condition is true, it will go here. If this condition is false, it will come here and we will check another condition. Okay. Another condition. Okay. If it is 1000, okay, I'll put balance. Balance is equal to 10,000. Okay. If it is 1000, it will give error. It will give message called transaction success. And if it is true, it will know. It will not go to this part. It will come outside of the if. If it is false, it will go and check another condition. So always remember, if condition false only, it will go to else block. This is else block, but we have one more if condition, that is else if. So we want to write one more condition. That's why we are writing else if in Python, ELIF. Okay. Now I want to write one more condition. If this is false, it will come here. Okay. And it will check mobile number. Okay. We'll take mobile number. So mobile number something 98765. 4321. This is the mobile number. So it will check mobile number. So it will give message invalid ATM pin OTP sent to mobile. And this message I'll give here. Using the variable, I can print the message. Okay, if the ATM pin is wrong, it will take the mobile number and it will send to that. It will send OTP to that mobile example. Okay. Okay. So if it is 1000, transaction success. If it is not 1000 ATM pin, it will go to mobile and it will check one more condition and it will tell OTP sent to mobile. Okay. Reset ATM pin. Now I will run this program. My ATM pin is wrong. One mobile number I have given that will check here and it will come here. So see it came to else if now because my ATM pin is 1000. If it is 1000 transaction success, my ATM pin is 1001 other than 1000. It will not satisfy this condition. It will come to else and it will check the mobile. And this mobile is matching invalid ATM pin, OTP sent to mobile, reset ATM pin. Okay, this is the mobile number. Okay, if mobile number is also wrong, I have given wrong, then it will go to else if and it will give one else and print. Okay, transaction failed, account blocked. Okay, now I have given wrong ATM and wrong mobile. Then it is telling ATM so transaction failed. ATM pin is wrong, mobile is wrong, so transaction failed, account blocked. Now we can see message transaction failed, account blocked. Okay, so I'll give here correct and here also correct one. In this case, first condition is true. No need to check mobile now. No need to go to else. No need to check mobile. Just this one is satisfied now. So this condition is satisfied. It will come out of this if after running this line. So my mobile is correct. Transaction success. My mobile number is wrong. My ATM number is correct. So transaction success. Now my ATM pin is wrong. Now it will go and check mobile. Okay. I have given mobile number also wrong here. In the program, my mobile number is this one, but I am sending this mobile number, wrong ATM. So it will go to else transaction failed, account blocked. Okay. So if suppose my ATM ATM pin is correct, I want to debit the amount. Okay. So I will take debit equals to 5000. So I'll go here inside this current balance equals to balance minus debit. Okay, my ATM pin is correct. It will debit 5000 from the balance 10,000 and it will print transaction success and one message current balance is the balance which is available now. I'll print on the screen. Now run this. Now because we have given here mobile number wrong. Mobile number give correct and ATM pin also give correct. It will give the transaction success, current balance 5,000. Okay, transaction success, current balance 5,000. Okay, like this we can write if conditions. It is a control statement. It is controlling. If it is wrong pin, it will go and check mobile. If it is wrong mobile, it will give transaction failed, account blocked. If ATM pin is correct, it will debit the balance. It will give the current balance. Okay, if I give ATM pin wrong, it will tell mobile number. If it is mobile number is matching, it will send one OTP to that mobile. Okay, I'll take one number here. One. I'll pass this number to the match statement. So match n. If the number is one, I mean this number is one. Case one will match. If n value is case value, then you have to print one message one. In case case value is two, print two. In case n value is matching with case two, then statement print statement will print two. Similarly, case three and so on. Okay. So if none of the case values are matching with n value, it will go to default statement here. So I'll print here. Okay. So we'll write one default statement here. So I'll print uh, range should be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Range should be 1, 2, 3. Let's run this program. Now, if n value is 1, it's go inside this match block, match 1 block. If n value is 2, it will compare a case value. If 1 is equals to 2, if 2 is equals to 2, it print uh, this statement. Okay. So this block, any statement you can write, 1 or 2 or 3 lines we can write. We can write 100 lines also. So this block will execute when this case value is matching with n value. If I run this, I can see 1 is coming out. So if I store 2, it will match this value. We can print true. Okay, 3, it will match this case value and it will go into this block. If this value is 4, it will go to else block, like if condition having else. Here case default block is this one. So it will go to default block other than 3. We can also pass here strings. Can pass strings here. So here I will put color red. I'll put here text as red here, orange, and here yellow. So if I put red, it will print apple. If I store yellow, it will print orange. If you store yellow, it will print banana. Okay. Invalid option. Invalid input. Okay. If I store red, this case value is matching. It will go inside this and print apple. Run. Okay. Here we have to replace color with match variable color. So this variable you have to pass to the match. Okay. So it will check expressions for this one and this one, this one. Let's run. apple. Okay. Store yellow, it will give banana. Okay. Store orange, it will give orange. So like this we can store. Okay. Black. So that is not there. So it will go to default block. Invalid info. So like this we can write if conditions and match statements easily. Next we'll move to looping statements. So in Python we have while for. So I'll use while. So while you can write condition here. So for now I'll give true. Condition for now I'll give true, or I can give 1 equals to 1. This is one condition, or 1 greater than 2, whatever. So 1 equals to true, always true, and I'll print here it is always true. It will print always message running. See, if I run this program, this condition is always true and always I'm getting this message. So what is while? It is a looping statement. So until condition false, it will run this block, run one or more statements inside this while. For now, I have only one statement. It will run continuously until this condition is false. But this condition will never become false. It is always true. It is always true. So it is indefinite loop. If I run, see it is always printing. So continuously it will print until the condition is false. It will not become false because we are not making it false. We are always making this condition is true. 1 equals to 1 means is 1 equals to 1, it will compare. Either left side and both side should be equal value or not, it will check. Yes, it is equal value. 1 is always equals to 1. No? So that's why it is running all the time. Okay, now I will stop this. Now 1 is equals to 2. It will not run this block because this condition is false. It will not run this block. No, it is not running. Okay. Can we make it running for only 3 times? Then we have to put count variable as 1 and write one condition count less than or equals to 3 and make count value increment. Make count value increment. Now, if I run, first of all, initially the count is 1. 1 less than or equal to 3. Is 1 less than or equal to 3? Yes. It will come inside and it will make 1 plus 1. 1 is the initial value and 1 plus 1, 2 assigned to count. Now 2 less than or equal to 3. Yes. Come inside, run the program, run the statement and make this 2 plus 1, 3. 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes, equal to is there. So 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes, it will come inside. Make it 4. 4 less than or equal to 3? False. 4 is not less than or equal to 3. False. It will come out. It will come out. So how many times it will run? 3 times. Okay. See, it is running 3 times. So here I'll put count only. Instead of running, I'll put count value. I'll print count. What is there in the count? I'm printing. Initially 1 it will print. Next it will print 2. Next it will print 3. If I make it 30, see it will go up to 30. It will go up to 30. And if it is becoming 31, 30 plus 1, 31, count is 31, condition is false. Then it will come out. If condition is true, it will run. If we make this one 30 is equal to 30, it is always true. It will always print the I value, so count value 1. It will print count value 1, count increment, count value 2, count value 3. It will not stop at 30. Okay, it will not stop at 30 because we are not checking this variable now. We are not checking this count here. If you are checking, then at certain level it will stop. But we are not checking. We are always making this true. See, it will always count. See, it is going beyond. It will always true. It will always true. It will always true. Okay. So in that case, it is indefinite loop. So that's why you put here count variable. Okay. So run. Now it will print up to 30. So it is controlling by count variable. Okay. Same program we can do using for loop. Okay. Same program I can do using for loop. So let's run for count in. We have range. I can start range from 1. I can stop at 31. I can increment by 1. Starting value, starting value, ending value, increment. Now I'll print count. So it will run up to 1 to 30. So no need to reset with 1. It is already starting with 1. No need to check the condition because it's already going up to 30. There is a stop value 31. It is stop at 31. But I want to see 30 value. So I put stop value 31. Okay. And increment 1 by 1. So we'll see sequentially 1 by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If I start with 10 and stop at 30, sorry, stop at 31, means 30 is included. So 30 is coming inside this variable and printing. 31 will be stop value. And one is the increment. 1 it will increment. So from 10 it will start now. So earlier 1 it is started, now it is starting from 10. Now I don't want to increment 1, I'll increment 2. Increment value 2. That means we'll see odd even numbers 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. 10. Why we are getting like this even numbers means we are incrementing, we are starting with 10, we are incrementing with 2, 2. Okay, that's why it is incrementing 2 to value. So the stop value is 30. So this is even numbers we are seeing now. Odd numbers means simply start with 11, 2 means 30, again 2 means 15. So 11 plus 2, 11 plus 2, 13, 15, 17, we'll see odd numbers. We'll see odd numbers. Like this, we can write for loops. Okay, we are done with basic programming. In my next video, I will explain you object-oriented programming and data structures. Thanks for watching.